Quote, I've yet to find a level of enthusiasm that tops, holy shit, look at this giant potato chip, by Macaulay Culkin. It's so true, isn't it? Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, how cool you are, or even what age you are. If you pull a massive crisp out of the bag, you are absolutely going to turn to every other person in the room and share the outstanding news that you have pulled a gigantic piece of fried potato from a bag. Ever since I was a wee boy, an abnormally large crisp has blown my mind. Even if I'm on my own, I sit up and I look around for someone to show. The great thing about modern days is the fact you can take a photo of it and instantly send it to everyone you know. And if you're particularly chuffed with your findings, then you can of course share it with the entire human race on social media. I also expect nothing less from you, dear reader. I know we're only 175 words in, but from this moment on, each and every time you pull a share-worthy potato chip from the bag, I expect you to share it with me immediately. At Gavin Oattes on Twitter and hashtag MassiveCrisp. I really wanted to start this book with a quote that would inspire you. A quote that would resonate, challenge and, perhaps most importantly, set the tone for what lies ahead. I love an inspirational quote. They get me thinking. I do, however, prefer them if they're a little edgy, funny or quirky. I searched long and hard, went through all my favourites and eventually whittled it down to my top 3. I sat and stared at them for many minutes, agonising over the choice that lay ahead. It wasn't happening. So I decided to have a break, popped myself onto Twitter, and boom, there it was. The moment I had been waiting for, unexpectedly produced from the mind of a child superstar. Well, he's no longer a child, but when you think of Macaulay Culkin, there really is only one image that springs to mind. Yep, Kevin McAllister, to be exact. The cute, cheeky and street-savvy 8-year-old that lit up our lives with booby traps, mischief and a lovely cheese pizza just for him. Apparently, according to his cousin, he's what the French call les incompetents. Now, whether you were a fan of the Home Alone franchise or not, it's fair to say Kevin was anything but incompetent. He took us all on a journey, an exciting adventure that ultimately reminded us of the importance of love, bravery, family, and making the most of what we have. Oh, and not relying on technology, particularly to wake us up before a flight. I had no plans to start this book with a Macaulay Culkin quote, but ultimately, his words reflect what this book is all about. Seeing the beauty and wonder in everything, even the ordinary, the everyday, even a giant potato chip. It's about simplicity and appreciating all that's around us, allowing ourselves to be excited at life, what it throws us, everything. It's about grit, zest and passion. It's about rediscovering that childlike wonder, living in the moment, getting through all sorts of shit and yes, having fun, lots of it, always. It's about blowing your own goddamn mind for a change. Because we're all going to die, right? But before we even begin to think about curtains of the final variety, does one not want to make sure the journey to the cloth shop is truly spectacular? Quote, Darling, one day you will die, so live to please the mind, keep good thoughts, look at the stars, and enjoy beautiful days. By J.S. We're born, we live, and then we die. Now, only 2 of these are really guaranteed. If you're reading this now, then you've definitely been born, which in itself is extraordinary. And guess what? You're definitely going to die, which depending on how you go, can also be extraordinary. The bit in between, however, is the part in question. This is the bit I want to focus on in this book. The middle. Being born is mind-blowing, but it's easy. Not for Mum, obviously, she does all the work. You did absolutely fuck all. Like dying, it just happens. Neither are particularly pleasant or enjoyable for anyone, but for the individual on their way in or out, it's a piece of piss. But do you believe in life after delivery? Let's be blunt. Life can be fucking shit. It requires energy and effort. It can feel like a chore, but the more